Hello, hello. Welcome back, everyone. Just getting everything set up here. We're going to do the historic first pull from the mold that we cast earlier today. So if you remember, this took a hell of a long time to get ready, but so far no glitches, so we're happy about that. So first thing we need to do is get the straps off. Everyone say their prayers to the mold gods, but we're going to have to open this first because of this back spine. We've had the heat on it. After a certain moment, we actually, once it was pretty well set, we started doing the heat in here just to give it a little faster cure. And I'm testing it, and it seems like it's pretty much done. It'll still have to sit for a while, but at least the majority of it is done. So we do need to actually get some baby powder in here because latex sticks to itself pretty darn well. So we're going to put a little bit of baby powder. You can just deliver this way, or if you wanted, you could even use like a little bit of baby powder in a sock and kind of work it around in there. But the important thing is that there's just enough of a coating of baby powder in here, because it is kind of like, anything that like a rubber cement or anything like that, it likes to grab itself really bad because it's kind of, because of the slickness of it and everything like that, it's just tacky to itself. So we're going to powder the inside really good, as well as we can in here. And no matter what happens on this, it's got to be easier than the casting, because this is a 75-pound mold or so, 70-pound mold. And then in addition to all that, you have the material that we put in here. So it got heavy. Shift this around. You can see the edges are really coming away easy. I do not expect that this is going to be a hard demold at all, but we just have to shift this around a little bit, make sure we got a good coating of powder in there to release it.
Powder inside, what about in between there and the wall?
We are going to do that as well.
See, I ask good questions too.
I never doubted that. Okay, so we got most of this area in here done. So next thing we're going to do, make sure that this is anchored in such a way that these pieces are not going to flop off under no control at all.
Can't help you too much because I don't want to get the itches. I'm already itchy just from being in here.
Yes, we have someone that works in this industry who also happens to have a latex allergy, so she has to be extra careful. I think what I'm going to elect to do, since all these areas down here are pretty much released, is we're probably going to stand this up so we can pop these back quarters off, and it'll be a little better anchored. Now, there is the chance that these will fall away, but it's very slim that it'll do that. We also have to be very careful about these edges that are going to come open, because when they touch on each other, that's not going to be a good thing either.
RJ says drum roll, and I'm more like the songs of the puckered up buttholes.
Yes.
Everybody in here, their butts full. Well, not everybody, it's just me and you, but I know my butt's pretty puckered up right now.
Yeah, this is it. This is where everything comes to a hopefully anticlimactic conclusion, because this is everything. This is the sculpting time, this is the molding time, this is the casting time, and you just don't want to have a situation where you have a fail. Now there will be cleanup, obviously we'll have some cleanup that we have to do, But the thing that we're hoping is that there's no distortion from the original. That's the most important thing, is that we want this to be a true...
luck.
Thank you, Haley. We want this to be a true representation of
And
our
we got
hard
our
work.
fingers crossed. Too bad there's not a knock on wood emoji.
Yeah, I don't think there is. There's a live long and prosper. I know that. They added that.
Yeah, I know. I have a spot emoji.
And patience is definitely a virtue when it comes to this. You got to move so slowly because we don't want to stress this. The edges of the piece where they join, they're still pretty fragile. You don't want to rip the latex. You want to just have it pop out on its own. And it will do that. I mean, it pretty much releases itself.
Jean's here. Cindy says epic moment for us
Epic
all.
moment.
Oh, and Jason Rasmussen.
Hello, Jason.
Jean also says drum roll.
Going very slowly around here. We might even flip this back on its side because I'm getting a little bit of resistance, and that's very common. But we can at least release a little bit of that. I think what it mostly is the latex that kind of crept between.
The flashing.
Yep, all that flashing I think is what's kind of causing a little bit of a mechanical lock, but not much. So, important thing is just moving slowly. We're just using this wood shim in between just to make sure that it has a little bit of resistance, and sometimes just the slow resistance is enough to pop it free. But you don't want to use much more than just your hands to pop that seal in there.
Everybody's like, slow and steady. Take your time. Breathe.
It's not a sprint. This is one of those things where, especially on the first one, we don't even know where all the little grabs are going to be. So we have to go slow. We have to make sure that we're going to be able to
Chelsea
get...
comes with a hammer and a door emoji. This is the closest thing I could get to
What?
knock on wood.
A hammer and a door. I like that.
Tension mounting, someone says.
Yes. Perfectly normal. Everything's fine. So far, so good. But this is definitely where the
RJ sends a bunch of music notes, so I don't know if he's singing the song.
Probably.
Better knock, knock, knock on wood, baby.
Oh, I can feel it popping. I can feel it. Nothing major,
I got
major.
this feeling inside my bones.
Are you nervous? You're singing a lot.
It goes electric wavy when I turn it
If
on.
nothing else, people need to share this because you're actually singing on camera here.
I'm not on camera, I'm behind camera.
Same thing.
Johnny Bronto.
Hey,
and
Johnny.
JJ.
JJ, what's going on, man? Johnny, how you doing?
Hey, y'all, you missed me last night. I did the footloose dance in the kitchen. JJ says hello.
It's popping. Here we go. Now remember how those gills were? We kind of have to remove this in the same way. So...
Oh, we got a monkey up covering eye emoji. One of these. I can't watch. I can't watch. This is good. This is crazy fun.
stressful. Stressful. But we're gonna get this. Ooh, it's moist. This is a moist mold third here. But guess what that is, peoples?
I'm gonna come in closer, cause
Yes, I need to still powder this, so that's a good thing.
but it's gonna cut your head off. But that's okay. You don't need the top half of your head anyways, right? Another. It's epic.
Powdering it up real good. We don't want it sticking. See, we did get quite a bit of flashing, but that's actually not the worst thing that could happen, because we're going to cut that off anyway. But we got casting all the way down into these little back spines and everything.
And then Alfred Wensley Smythefucker is over here watching again. He said salutations.
Language.
We have lots of clapping going on. Hercules, Hercules.
This is only the first part, guys. We still got 2 more.
JJ, it's not foam. It's just casting latex.
Yes, this is going to be a mess. The whole costume is going to be a
But
mess.
this is the mask.
And we're going to do the same thing with this very carefully.
So
Always
see,
test.
looking good. We sure chose a good career for our hearts and our butts.
Yeah, I think we could do a hell of a lot of damage in our lives. And it wouldn't do enough
right now.
Huh?
Eating through the seat of my
Yes.
jeans. Lots of
It's-
yeah babies and great job, good looking fins.
Yeah, the fins are looking really nice. But see, this has got to be good because it's for such an amazing thing, and it represents a lot of work that people did long before me. Of course, the true designer of this piece. I could sculpt a piece all day long, but the designer of the piece, Millicent Patrick, you know, she could have never knew.
How long did Mr. Gilman sit for you so you could sculpt his likeness? You want to guess where that came from?
Yeah, well, you know, it was done before me, so all I did was follow the map that was already there. Okay, we're doing a little bit of pulling here. I'm also watching, one thing that you can't see that I am looking at on this side is just trying to see if it is grabbing anywhere, because I don't want to pull
is just
in
so
that
excited.
direction.
We're stoked. I love this. I love the extra length on the scales. Haley says Millie was a true queen.
Yes. And if you haven't read the book also, The Lady from the Black Lagoon, it is a wonderful, wonderful book on Millicent's contribution to the film and her career in general. It wasn't just the Gill-Man that she was responsible for. She was responsible for, you know, a lot of animation for Disney. She was a model. So this is
Fantastic.
the back.
Looks awesome. We got Hardy Eyes. Elena Susan Mortensen. Is that Eric's wife?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, the winner of one of the things we did for Hearts of Reality last year? Year before.
2 years.
Yep. But they've also been friends of mine for a long time, so at this point they're kind of stuck with me, I guess.
Fawcett.
Hello, Mark.
Chelsea says the pop of the rubber sound is oddly satisfying.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And it's... I'm
Greg
still...
says he's gonna cry.
Oh, and guys, if you could feel this, we've got
Such
a near perfect thickness. You know, we always shoot for what we think is going to work on this. This was 5 castings, and we had a challenge with it being a 5-gallon capacity mold. So dwelling was very difficult. So we actually, if you missed it on the live before, go back and look at it, because that was like a day at Gold's Gym trying to move this thing around. The mold is 70 pounds. We had at one point 40 pounds of material in it, so for dwelling. So yeah, it's been an interesting day. So now we're just working around. I think I am going to change the direction, because at this point we're going to want to be able to get powder in there. I'm real nervous about this sticking to itself. And we do have some undercuts to play with, because we don't want to give too much stress.
If you pull his lips off, I'm going to be really upset.
Yeah, no, I think everyone would be really upset.
There will be tears.
That's why I'm going slow. Very, very slow.
Can you squirt some powder in there? You're making me nervous.
I will. I got to be able to get it in there, though, first.
Oh.
I know. It's nerve-wracking. But
it in there.
Clean it in post, is that what you're saying?
Yes. I would rather clean up all the powder later. I'll get the shop back.
I just gotta make sure we're not gonna rip anything. That's my worry right now. But so far, so very good, guys. Like, as far as the demold, this is probably the best it could be.
We are watching a true master here at work, folks.
Master. I'm just Scott. I still have a lot to learn, believe it or not, guys.
Oh, Jesus, Mary, and Joseph.
What?
Millicent Patrick was a part of the conspiracy to pretend that this was all just a costume.
Okay. You want to help me with an extra set of hands here?
Where?
Powdering.
I can powder. Oh, you're chipping up the stuff.
No, that was just the edge where it didn't get ground down all the way.
Where?
Just little sprinkles in there. Yep.
Little sprinkles, big sprinkles. All the powder.
Yeah.
This is
Keep
not-
going, keep going, keep going. Perfect. That's good. Because now
More
it'll
is
fall.
more.
It'll fall down as we move. And now this side.
More better.
Yep. Keep going, keep going. Okay, and over here. I'm gonna do over here. Oh, I don't need it on the mold. I need it
I
on the
want
rubber.
it everywhere.
Yeah.
Get it off later.
Get it off. Yeah, we'll just have to blow it off, and then it'll be another 6 weeks of winter in Florida. Okay, freeing up the face, lips.
Oh, geez. Conspiracy to hide the real Gilman from us by saying that this was just for a movie. The beast is real, I tell you. Real.
Yeah, I think we may have to report him for stalking and everything. Okay, guys.
And you didn't rip his lips off?
No, he has
No.
lips. Can you see?
No, lower.
Lower. How about move the camera so we can get this in there? Because this is a difficult thing to show. Well,
Ta-da!
there we go, guys. There is almost
I don't know how
nary
the
a
thickness
bubble
feels.
in the whole thing. I'm going to see if I can bring it closer here. But look at that. Every detail. No air bubble. We do have the seam to clean up, but that's easy comparatively. Even everything back here in the fin. This was our little pore area that we put in there. So we'll have a little hole to patch down there. But that is our beloved creature. And you see how much motion he's still going to have in the suit. So he should be able to open his mouth, his lips, and everything like that. Close them if we do a cup. So, what do you think, guys?
Shazam.
That is the mask. So, we've got our cleanup to do. We've got our seaming that we'll do. We'll probably do that when we have a little more hours in the day. Because that in of itself is a fun process. That is, you either patch it with
Pizza, beer, and seaming tomorrow night?
maybe, but that's our beloved creature, and now he's perfectly safe. We could actually drop him if we did, and he wouldn't break like the original clay. So I'm feeling very, very good. I mean, when you're looking at details like the gills, we have every little detail that we sculpted in there, every detail in the bib line, all translated perfectly. The details in the mouth and eyes, we've got a few little warts that we'll have to clean off, but they're, if he has warts, he's the Gill Man. But everything is there, guys. So I feel very confident that this will be a fitting tribute to Rico and the 65th anniversary of the creature from the Black Lagoon. So that is it. The only thing that would make my life a little easier now is just having a form to pop him on, but we don't have that right now, but it gives you an idea of the process. So this is what we have been inside. I do, not here. This is what we've been stressing about and working so hard for, but this is it, guys. So we've only got 2 hands, 2 feet, and a complete bodysuit to do. But thickness is really, really good with that. I'm happy with everything how it came out. So if that ain't reason for rejoicing and happiness and geeking out, because that's what we do here, I don't know what is, but short but sweet tonight. Not like the marathon of molding it and casting it was, but that's what we're looking at. So I guess all there is to do at this point is bid you farewell until we start cleaning it up. We'll go in with very small nips, little cuticle nips, and get this all off, and then do any patchwork and basically get it ready for painting, which is going to be the fun part. I just don't know if we're going to paint it now and be impatient just so we get a painted mask, or we wait until we get a little bit further in the suit. This was the test shot too. This is one thing I have to say for everyone that's a fan of this sort of thing in mask making. This is the first pull of that mold. And somewhere along the lines, the mold gods, the creature gods, Devonian gods were very kind to us, because, oh my God, this really came out good. So, and this isn't just me. This is the whole crew that we had. Chelsea and Ted and Amber and Mike and everyone else that had a hand in helping us with this craziness. So share this video. Hopefully it will get more attention and more excitement around the event that we actually did the first part of what we said we were going to do. But we'll be back, and when next we are, we're going to do some cleanup on this baby and show you how that's done. So I hope it has been fun. Any questions before we wrap it up for the night? Anything at all?
Oh, just a lot of yays. And I'm so
I know, right? I am like screaming right now. This is just so cool. This is me excited. But
Chelsea said
good.
Zulu, and somebody else said the Elder Gods, maybe.
Yes, anyone that'll take it. You know what? Because it was definitely a group effort. But guys, thank you so much for hanging out with us during this process. It's not over yet. We still have work going until probably September. Is this just at my... I'm not being cut off here. We have work that we're going to be doing well into September. But, thank you guys for all the support, all the pictures, all of the kind words, everything that you guys are doing to make this event a positive one. We're going to keep you in the loop on everything. So spread the word. And if you have any questions after the fact, just drop them in the comments. Like and share. This time I did list it as public. With the last one we did, I originally trusted the computer and it uploaded it as friends. So it couldn't be shared like that until I changed it. But this one can be shared, and this one's a good one for it. So if there are any last minute questions, now's the time.
Where's your giant apron? Where's your apron? From Carl. Carl also wants to know, will it fit his giant head?
Well, Ted has a pretty big head. He's 6'5", so he has a pretty big head. I can't remember what we measured him at, but I'll tell you what, we'll try it with Ted tomorrow, or whenever we can get it seamed up. We'll have to do a test fitting. Once we can do that, then we'll know exactly what to do. If we need to thicken it up, which I don't think that's going to be a problem, we can do that, but I'll be able to get a better scale, reference then. And it's still drying, it's still shrinking. We pulled this out now, but it's still got a little bit of curing that'll be done, and vulcanization after the fact, but it's pretty much done, and it's nice and big. So any other questions? There's a lot of nervous energy in here, believe me. I think I just felt myself just relax, and didn't have to worry about molds or castings or anything. Anything else? Okay, guys, I know it's late. Thank you so much for your support and everything you're doing to make Gill-A-Bration a success. We'll go ahead and sign off for now, but we'll be back. We'll give you a heads up. Might have some trimming that we showcase tomorrow just to give you a taste of what that is, because that's a long process as well. But Until then, thank you. Share the videos if you like them. Share the event. That's really important because we're not even to the advertising part yet. So if you like what you're
Here's
seeing,
another question.
share it.
How much is the Gill man paying you to pretend he's not real?
Well, you can't afford me, Lord Wemsley Smythe. I somehow think that this is not the last time we're hearing of this guy. You got to be really careful, guys, because some people take this stuff way too seriously, and they think that much like the monkeys that were left at Silver Springs with Tarzan being filmed, that Universal left a Gill man down at Silver Springs after they were done filming Revenge of the Creature. I don't know. I mean, some people are special, but we'll see what happens. But anyway, we're going to sign out for now. Thank you guys so much. Have a good night. And we love you all for your support. Thank you so much. Even you, Lord Wensley.